Welcome everybody, MaxspeedTV coming at you, Bobby with all the hobbies. That's right, it is race time now. Super Speedway Kings, with 35 of these cats. Every single one of them thinks they can win it. We're going to find out actually who's going to. Two fast repairs is all they're going to get tonight. The best of the best is out here. And we're going to cover this baby right after the anthem. Stick around.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the free and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to invade the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching Max Speed TV.
Welcome back, everybody. MaxspeedTV, Bobby here with all the hobby super speedway kings. About a minute and a half to go in the qualifying, and we're going to get the show on the road. Hello, everybody out there in YouTube, our regulars that watch us here. The defending league champion, Mark Mann, trying to make it 2 in a row tonight. Love to make 2 championship seasons in a row. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? But you know what? He's got a lot of competition out here. Some of the best are out here at the SSK. Jimmy Crow doesn't mess around. He gets the best of the best for super speedways all together every Tuesday and Friday night. Tune into that on Fridays. It's the Friday night fights. That's a blast. That's where you're allowed to talk smack. You can do anything you want to do, basically. It's all in fun. It's the WWE of iRacing. No Karens in that league. They'll end up crying and running home. Just a pure fun, let it all hang out kind of a night. Why not? It's Friday night, right? Tonight, 2 fast repairs. That's all they're going to get. There's a few things you want to think about. Let the drivers worry about it. And that will be the pit stops. Green flag pit stops. You know as well as I do. It can be a hero or you can be a zero. It'll be a hit or it'll be a miss. You can get turned. You can turn somebody, get caught speeding. All kinds of bad stuff can happen in a green flag pit stop. We'll wait and see how many we get of those tonight. Teams versus teams. A lot of pushing. A lot of door jamming, if you want to, door knocking, whatever you want to call it. Side drafting. You name it. They're going to do it. But you got to be really careful because these trucks is like running on ice. I mean, they are very, very easy to get upset, easy to get them loose. And, well, of course, the big one occurs. They're not like driving any trucks or any other trucks or the cars out here. These right here, they can be a real handful, especially when they're in a complete, total pile of cars from 1 to 35 within about a 2-second gap. And we're going to bring it all to you right here. As they line up, we'll go through these things about 100 mile an hour. All right, let's get the show on the road. Super Speedway Kings Race 7 tonight. Row number 1 to 16, Jimmy Crow, your league leader, your league owner, and leader tonight. Is going to start these off to the green flag. The 90 beside him, Mr. Gary Jenkins. Row number 2 to 23, the kid, 19 years old, never been kissed by a girl before because he's too busy racing. And to be honest with you, as much as he wins, I think I can live with that. Mr. Sebastian Marin, beside him, Kevin Fries. Actually, it's Freeze, but we call him French Fry. Row 3, the 01, Patrick Groover, one of the twins, loves the high line. Watch him, he'll head that way. Beside him, the number 6, Cody Nagels, one of the MaxspeedTV drivers. Never won a broadcasted race by us. Let's see if tonight he can break the chains and get her done. Row 4, the number 2, Seth Groover, the other twin. Another one loves that high side. Watch when him and his brother get together. Look out. The 48, BK Anderson, coming off one heck of a win last night in the NOMA Series. Let's see if he can continue it on to another league. Row 5, number 4, Rick Seabrands, the 71, JD Crow. That man loves anywhere on this track. Row 6 to 42, Jason Kirtland in the 54 of Travis Turnamere. Row 7, the 04, the last season's champion, Mark Mann. Beside him, the 044, Daniel Lewis. Row 8 to 429, Mr. Paul Witt, the 46, David Overstreet. Row 9 to 95, James Mayer, the 72, Sean Stevens. Row 10 to 29, Jamie Reynolds, the 53, of Paul Sheldon. Row 11 to 75, William McKiller. In the 88, I call him the Snake. And he'll bite you and you don't even know it. That's how good he is and how fast he is. The 88 of Mr. Gabe Butler. Row 12 to 44, Anthony English. In the 78, Donald Stewart. Row 13, the number 9, Charles Johnson. The 171, Robert Rock. Row 14, 071, Eric Lowry. The 41, Tracy Weaver. Row 15, 041, Andrew Schroeder. 388, Douglas Johnson, row 1611, Robert Felzine, the 101 of Randy Miner. Row 1745, Todd Siebels in the 510 of Richard Sanchez. Row 18, number 14, Dave Bingle, the 55, Mr. Dean Wilkinson. And that is it. Holy crap, past the Tylenol. We got through it. Like I said, every single one of these guys thinks they've got what it takes to win. A lot of these guys are past champions in this league and other leagues. Are you going to run up front? You got to stay back in the back. What are you going to do? You want to avoid the wrecks, too fast repairs. That's all they're going to get. Welcome everybody out on YouTube. You got anybody you want me to say hello to or say anything to? I will say it because I'm basically the fans broadcaster. I don't care what I'm going to say. I don't live by any of them. But here we go. They are pacing. Jimmy Crow, your league owner, down on the bottom of the 16. Mr. Gary Jenkins is going to be up top. As they come around to take the green flag here on a Tuesday night, race number 7. Throw the water bottle off your desk, tighten your gloves up. If you got straps, your 5-point harnesses, make sure they're tight. If you do, you're scrubbing your monkey because it's a simulator. Get rid of them. Let's go green flag racing, boys. Jimmy Crow down on the rocking chair leading these boys to the first lap. 23 is Sebastian Marin. He is doing the pushing for him. And here comes, as I suspected, the Groover brothers up on that top line. And trust me, as this race gets going further and further, they're even going to go higher. They'll be right up against the wall. As you can see, the 90 of Gary Jenkins is up there all by himself. Nobody wants to go to the dance with him just yet, so he is going to go backwards. Jimmy Crow, him and his dad, when you think of the word iRacing, you think of Jimmy Crow and his late father. They used to have races 7 nights a week, especially for the new guys coming into iRacing to learn how to run super speedways. They have made a lot of these guys what they are today, giving them the opportunities to race, teaching them how to race. And the young son is continuing on the legacy of the dad. And he's going to keep it going here with the SSK Super Speedway Kings. The Groovers up top, 1 and 2. You can see them. Trying to do something 3 wide already. There he comes, JD Crow. He's got a lot of help here. Daniel Lewis in the 044. Pushing him right along. Might just get him up there to see daylight up here in the front. Riding on top the hood. Or the roof. Daniel Lewis. His job is to push JD up past those guys so he can drop down in front of them. When you're pushing these trucks, you gotta have patience, and a lot of it. Because one wrong hit on the left or the right side of that bumper, you're gonna turn them. The trucks are very unstable. You can see how they move around a lot. Now talk about having fun. How'd you like to be stuck in the middle right here? BK Anderson, currently in the 8th spot. Look at him. He's got trucks all around him. Looking out the side. Being in the middle, it can give you a pucker factor of about a 4 anytime you're in the middle. And I'm referring to a butt pucker. Nobody likes to be stuck right here in the middle that long. It's tough. You got to try to get air to that machine, cool it down so it don't overheat. You really got nowhere to go. And you hope the guys on both sides of you hold the line. Because just a simple little tap's going to send you flying. Groover in the middle. With his brother, twin brother, might I say, right behind him pushing. Some of these guys have already elected to move out and head to the back. Where else can you see 3 wide racing after lap 3? Nowhere else but the Super Speedway Kings. Make sure you hit the like button for them. They deserve it, guys, without a doubt. Me, I get paid either way. These guys right here, they get all the credit. It's not easy being squeezy. That's what I call it. That's how tight you are. JD Crow peeking his way out front a little bit. Daniel Lewis still hard charging right behind him. Got him in tow. The Groover brothers right there in the middle. Still down on the bottom, running hard. Jimmy Crow. No relation to JD either, I don't think. Shout out to the MaxspeedTV driver. Cody Nagel's trying to win his first race broadcasted by us. Sitting in the 9th position, driving the number 6 machine on the bottom. Right behind him, BK Anderson. Like I said, he came off a win last night that I broadcasted. Congratulations to him for that. You got to have patience when you're running Super Speedway. And trying to get 35 to 40 guys with the same amount of patience is kind of hard. Let's look back here a little ways. Mr. Gabe Butler in the 88. You can see him up here on the top. Actually, he's got a picture of my wife in the back of his tailgate. I'm not kidding, he does. Right there. The one on the left, I believe. But anyway, this guy normally rides around in the back and lets these laps wind down. He's feeling awful jiggy tonight. He's going to race his way up here to the front for a little while, and he's going to go back to the back probably. He's definitely one you want to watch. The Groover brothers still in the middle right there. Will we have anybody short pitting? I don't know. You might. You're probably looking at laps 23 through 25, I would say, coming into the pits. Providing it goes green. Way back here in the back. Running single file, and you can see it. That's your last season's champion, Mark Mann. And this is the reason why he's doing what he's doing right here. Because he can see all the way up front. Something happens, he can avoid that hopefully and not use up a fast repair. If you can sell a fast repair in iRacing, you make a fortune. Especially if you raced 5 nights a week. It's all about winning. And it doesn't matter how you do it as long as you do it. Bragging rights and winning sends testosterone of a man right through the roof. And believe you me, bragging rights really is something that every man loves to have as the Groover brothers drop it down into the bottom line. JD Crow is going to take a sneak peek up here in the middle, grab a little momentum, see if he can get him up there past him. Charles Johnson's bailing out. He said, I've had enough of it. I'm going to go back to the back and ride around for a while. As he sneaks back in right around the 24th spot. Still back up front, it's nose to tail. Throw a blanket over the first 20 trucks. Lewis is on the top side, getting a little bit of help from the 54. I believe that is going to be Travis Turnamere. And here comes Mr. Butler in the 88 machine. He says, I'll come right on up here and I'll give you boys a hand. Things are starting to pick up a little bit. A few more guys is dropping in up here. Eric Lowry has joined the high side. "36 drivers. Less than 3 seconds separates all of them. Everybody on the lead lap. You got what it takes to run with the big boys? Hit up Jimmy Crow and the Super Speedway Kings, but you better be fast on that finger when you want to join when the race comes up, because normally they turn away about 20 or 30 drivers just because they're not quick enough to get into the race. JD Crow on the bottom, enjoying his run around here, going to the lead lap 4 here, hopefully. And of course, he's got the pusher right here, Kevin French Fry Freese. All right, there he is in the Bud machine. That's what we call him. And you can see right there, BK Anderson working his way up. And he's got the 429, Mr. Paul Witt, driving the autism machine. I think Paul just as soon to push somebody to victory than him actually winning himself. "18 people watching, 8 likes. I promise if you get a blister by hitting that like button, we'll have the league owner send you a Band-Aid." It is okay. You can hit it for them. And the ones that did, we certainly appreciate it. I know they do. Still 3 wide. The 071. Eric Lowry inching his way up front. Would love to be able to drop down off that 3rd line, but he's not going to be able to do it yet. As JD Crow keeps it down onto the bottom. Still gets a little dicey in the middle. Take a look at Paul Sheldon inside the cockpit. You got to see how he's got to feather that. When you're having to start feathering your accelerator, that's when you get nervous, because you're scared to death someone's going to run you over. Nobody can see what's going on when they're sitting way back here in the back of this pack. All they know is hammer down and go. JD down on the rocket chair, safe as in your mama's arms, down on that bottom. That's where everybody wants to try to get, is right there. You can say BK right there all over. Well, we got trouble in the back. That's going to bring us out of caution. Not sure how far back it is. Here they go. Paul Sheldon's involved in it. I'm going to assume a caution will come out. Maybe not. I don't know. If the track is clear and nobody has spun out on the track, they'll keep it running green. And the admin has decided nothing is in the harm's way. We're staying green. Coming up on 18 laps out of 77 in the book. Caution free tonight. They got to regroup. You can see BK Anderson up top. He's got a few guys behind him. That middle row only has 3 of them. And now they got to have 5 because the Groover Brothers is coming. You would swear that these 2 trucks were hooked together by a chain. Up top, the 23, Sebastian Marin. He's decided to come in and join the fun up here. Now that little incident there that did not bring out the caution. Well, let's see how far back we can go here. We'll go all the way back to the 17th spot. That's going to be Tracy Weaver. Now behind him, it's this pack. These are the ones that got kind of caught up in the shuffle there of that incident. So they're all going to stay single file to play catch up with these guys. And as you can see, if I can get it right here for you, there you go. Overstreet's going to lead this second pack. And you can look way up front. You can just catch that big pack up there going into the turn 4. Or should I say the tri-oval. The one on the bottom, Kirtland, he's already been into the pits. And he's going to come back out. The Groovers are leading the show right now. And here comes our first of the pit stops. We've got a few takers, and here they come. That will be the Groover Brothers, BK Anderson, and I think, here they all come behind them. A whole bunch of them coming, let's put it that way. And so far, so good. I don't see any trouble at all. So your first bunch was able to go through without any issues. That's a good thing. You see JD bailing out right there. Kevin French Fry Freese is going to be leading them around. Are they going to pit this time or not? We will find out. And they are. See if we've got any trouble going on here. So far, so good. Now that's skill, because you just can't practice a pit stop with all these trucks at the same time, usually. Kevin brings him down with no troubles whatsoever. And the guys that had came in are back out on the track, working their way up to full speed, and it will be the Groover brothers, Patrick and Seth. And coming up behind them is going to be Cody Nagels. And behind him a little ways is BK Anderson. And you can see all these guys having to go all the way around for that commitment cone before they can get up on the track and go. And you watch the Groover brothers just pounce on them. Now, some of these guys is going to be up to speed up here. And you can see them right there, the 25 and the 23. They're hooked up. They said, you boys ain't going to run away from us. And that will be Marin and Freese on the bottom. Nagel's up there by himself, realizes that he's going to drop down behind him. Now, all 5 of these cats right here, all the way back to Nagel's, if they stay single file like that, some of these guys, James Mayer and Jimmy Crow, will definitely catch them. But these guys back here in the back, it's going to take them a little bit to get caught up with them back there. They really need to stay single file as much as possible. Stays green flag long enough, eventually they'll get to them. $23 out of $77 in the books. Super Speedway Kings putting on a show tonight on a Tuesday. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. I know it'd be better if it was Friday. But hey, at least it ain't a Monday. Coming up on some lap traffic right now. And he will stay high. And that will be the 53, I believe. And it is. That's Paul Sheldon. He'll hop back in behind him. So Paul will be the first one to get his lap back, more than likely, here. If anything was to transpire. Your race summary is pretty simple. 9 lead changes, 54 laps to go. That's it. No cautions, no caution laps. Now everybody's playing a single file game, as you can see. All the way back here. Yeah, we got ourselves a blinker. They'll be watching him kind of closely. Hopefully it's nothing to worry about. That's Gary Jenkins. And you can see the big team right there. All of them has the same paint scheme. Some of the guys I can interview, and some of them I can't because they choose to go to a different communication channel. Some like Discord, some like TeamSpeak. Remember I told you about the 23 to 25, wasn't going to let them get away? Well, they're not. And there they are fighting for the lead right now. Sebastian Marin, and he's got Kevin Freets in tow with him. Patrick Groover down onto the bottom with the twin in tow. Now it's going to help when those guys stay too wide like they are. Because that means Charles Johnson and crew will definitely be able to catch them with no trouble. As you can see, they're already fanning out and picking what lane they want to go in. Just like anything else, when you're in close quarters like that running, you gotta be able to peek out and cool that radiator down, because you can overheat them and blow them. Something you gotta kind of worry about. Riding along with Seth. You get a chance. You can't really see it, but they have the water and oil temperatures they can keep a real close eye on. And you can see how that second line right there likes to push that bottom line, like to squeeze them down as much as they possibly can. Kind of takes away that momentum they've got. That side drafting, they call it. And that's all fine and dandy to the ugly, ugly eyes of Netcode, who raises his ugly head. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's when iRacing assumes you're going to wreck, and they literally make you wreck. Sebastian Marin up top, Patrick Groover down on the bottom. He's led 15 laps so far, with brother in tow. There's your second bunch of guys. Single file trying to catch up with them. And these guys aren't really concerned that much. They know there's more pit stops and more than likely at least a caution or so in the way coming up. Riding around with Eric Lowry. Now he's pushing this lead car, Jenkins, up here, and the Miller Lite machine. Now, pushing the guy's one thing, but trying to push him when he disappears and comes back is another. And I'll hang here for a second and see if he disappears again. Because if he disappears for a long period of time, you don't know where he's going to come back. And it can be a little nerve-wracking. But it looks like he might have been over and fed a squirrel, because the internet seems to be okay for right now for him. Back to your lead pack. Groover and his brother down on the bottom. Marin and Freese up top. Nagel's right there with them. Jimmy Crow, your polecat of this race, currently in 7th. And right there he is. He's sporting the ham sandwich machine. And if I'm not mistaken, and I'm going to look and see. Yep, that's a ham sandwich, all right. One of my favorites. Marin would love nothing more to be able to drop down there in that rocking chair in front of the Groovers, but it's not going to happen, Captain, because that bottom line's not going to let it happen. These guys are doing a great job. 32 laps, caution-free. About 12 laps in the book since the last time that they've been into a pit stop. They got a little ways to go yet. Paul Witt hanging on back in the back right here. Him and Mr. Gabe Butler. Happy right where they're at, letting them laps wind down. You can see the snake right there on Mr. Butler's hood. He put that on there because I kept calling him the snake. Because he'll sneak up on you and he'll bite you and you don't even know you've been bit, just like a rattlesnake that's hiding. He's won more championships than I've got socks in the top drawer. Marin has won a few in his day as well. He's from the Banana Republic, wherever the hell that's at. I couldn't tell you, but that's what they say. These guys back here, Wilkinson's in this now. You can see him there in the 55 machine. Used to him being in the Van Halen ride. He's moved over to TW Motorsports. But you can see all of these guys right here lining up. Now, this is an open setup. What that means is that every single one of these drivers, they got to make their own setup for this race. It's not a fixed one where they all have the same. So with an open setup, you may be able to run behind somebody that has a lot of tape up front, and you can just literally take off and go and leave people behind. Or you may be stuck behind somebody that, you know, doesn't have a whole lot of tape and they can't get to your bumper to push you. You got to find the right combination that works. And when you find it, you stick with it. That's why a lot of these teams practice an awful lot together out here. Groover's still on the bottom. James Mayer, the third truck on the bottom. Started 17th. Good run for him tonight. There's Paul Sheldon. See him right here in the 53? He's 32nd, 1 lap down. He will get the lucky dog if anything wants to happen. But right now he's trying to white-knuckle ride his way around here. He's trying to race his way back the hard way to get that lap. Sebastian up there in a 23. He's led 6 laps. The 0-1 of Patrick Gruber, he's led 19. As a matter of fact, I can show you who's actually led laps here. And there you go. Only 3 people. That's it. Want to see how fast they're going? And here's your time frame between the first screw and the second one here. They're done and heading into turn 1. And here comes this second pack just crossing the finish line now. They're a good 5 to 7, somewhere around 6 seconds back. Coming up on some lap traffic. Looks like J.D. Crow might be going a lap down up here. He's hanging it right to the wall. Gonna stay out of trouble. And I do believe, I'm not sure who that is in front of him. But anyway, they're staying clear of everybody. Going on 20 laps since they've been in the pits last. Can they do a second green flag pit stop with no troubles? Back here in this second group, Mark Mann, last season's champion in the 04 machine, hanging out in the 19th spot. Riding on top of James Mayer's roof. Nice and smooth. The track is real smooth, so you're able to hold a good line. And you can see them. We're going to run with them. See those guys? They're coming into the pits. And the rest of these guys are going to stay out right here. And I'm not sure who came into the pits that fast or not. I was too busy riding along with somebody. But we can check that out too. And right there is the drivers that are in the pits. Sebastian Marin, are they going to hang it out there or are they going to come in? They're going to stay out. Some of these guys are coming in. Paul Witt and Nagels is coming in together. But the rest of these cats are all staying out. $42 out of 77 in the books. Caution free. A lot of super speedway leagues try to do it. It can be done when you're running any one of the Gen 5 or Xfinity cars or whatever, but when you run these trucks, it's tough. Just shows you the talent that's out here. And speaking of talent, here they come. Marin's going to lead them in. Let's see how they all do. Right to perfection. Sean Stevens stayed out there by himself, so he's going to be leading. As everybody now has been in the pits except for Sean Stevens and Eric Lowry as he comes in right now. You see Jimmy Crow getting some work done, heading his way on out. And here comes the Groover brothers. This is where they're going to gain their spots right back, because they're running about full speed right here. Until these guys pass that commitment cone on the bottom, they will not be able to get up to full speed completely. Now, Sebastian Marin and Kevin Freese, they came in. They had a good little lead. But they've caught them. And now they're starting to go around them. Stevens is coming out. But the Groovers are going to be back running the show right here. 1 and 2. Still keeping an eye on that 88 Butler. I'm going to tell you, he's a sneaky snake. You got to watch him. Before you know it, he'll be up there in the lead. And he'll be like, how in the world did you do that so fast? as a few more guys end up going a lap down. Eight trucks are a lap down or more. Sebastian Marin trying to get up there to lead another lap. Trying to get up so he can drop her down in front of those Groover brothers. And it all has to do with your pusher. They always say never ever push the pusher. So when you're in third place back here, like Nagels is, you don't see him on that bumper because you don't want to push the pusher. That's when trouble can occur. Same thing goes with your third place down here. Daniel Lewis, you see how he's off a little bit? You let that pusher do his job. He's what dictates the momentum of that line. Hope everybody's having a blast here. Been awful quiet out there in YouTube. Y'all still awake? Hello? McFly, is this thing on? You guys talk to me. Who you rooting for out here? The 71, J.D. Crow, way up on that top line again. And I'm looking for him. And he is one lap down, so he's trying to get his lap back. Now let's see about the rest of these fellas. Let's keep on going back here. He's by himself. But these cats, as you can see, they're just now going through the tri-oval and crossing that finish line. They are quite a few seconds back from these guys. But that's not all bad. I kind of be happy being back that far. Because you know as well as I do, when the laps wind down and it gets nitty-gritty time, patience gets thrown out the window. The Groovers still in control here. Marin in the middle with Freese in tow. Nagels jumps up to the high line. See if he can get a little something going on up there with J.D. Crow and them. Marin inching his way out in the middle. And I'm telling you what, these Groover brothers, they got it going on tonight. And I think Karen, yep, Karen's out here. That will be the boy's mom. She hangs out with me and chats on YouTube. We appreciate that. Here in about another 30 laps or so, she's probably going to be on the edge of her seat. If not already. Nagels jumps in front of Sebastian right here. And he would love to be able to lead his first lap of the race, but he's not going to that time. And he'd love to win the first race broadcasted by his sponsor. He's been oh so close so many times. Mad Dog said, let's go, Cody Nagels. Time for a win. And of course, Michelle. Can't forget about Michelle. That will be Mr. BK's mother. And there he is, back in that 21st position. He had a heck of a night last night, winning his race in another league. So nice shout out to her. And you're right, Karen. It is really good, clean driving tonight. They're doing a really good job. Patience is definitely with everybody so far. But we all know when it gets to about 10 to go, patience is a foreign language to these guys. Because it's go time. They'll stick it where it don't belong, and they'll put it in a place it won't fit. They'll make it happen, Captain. Packers led 25 of these laps, soon to be 26 so far, the 51. Now, in a perfect world, if this thing stayed green all the way, you would only have, let's see, all the way back to Jimmy Crow, you'd only have these top 12 battling it out for a win if it had stayed green all the way. And these cats right here, they have a little ways to go to catch them. Riding around with last season's champion, Mark Mann, currently in that 13th spot. He's looking up ahead. Can he see those guys? No, he can't. That's how far ahead this pack is. Coming up on some more lap trucks. And I do believe that could be the TW Motorsports guys. There's quite a few of them in there, I believe. Matter of fact, I think every single one of them. But they're going to get ate up right here. Like a hot fudge sundae on a warm summer night. But they stay all together like they are. They'll make it tough for these leaders to put them a lap down. Now that's teamwork. All 5 of these guys on that bottom. Every single one of them. That's going to leave 21 guys. BK Anderson right up here. And they're about ready to pounce on these 2 guys like right now. And here they come. They're going to stay up high and out of the way. As the roar of the engines go past them. "15 laps since the last time they've been in." Your race summary, it's quite simple. 23 laps to go, 21 lead changes. That's it, nothing else to tell you. No cautions. The Groovers would love, more than anything, to get down in front of those TW Motorsports guys because they get them some cushion being lapped down. But these guys, Robert Rock and Todd Siebels, they're not going to give that up very easily. They're going to make you earn it. Butler currently in the top 10. Jimmy Crow coming back up. Now he's 12th. And then these cats back here, they still about 5-6 seconds off. The question on everybody's mind is, can we get through one more green flag pit stop? And that's when you get a little nervous. Because when you're in a cluster like this, anything can happen. Daniel Lewis has not led a lap yet, but he has been up here most of this entire race. Nagels has been up here fighting. He's not led a lap yet. And he's got Paul Witt right there in tow. They know it's getting pretty close to pit time. You don't see nobody doing the 3 wide stuff. Not up front, anyway. $20 to go. They're going to run till they find out exactly how much fuel they need to finish this race. And that's all they will get to. There will be no tires. There'll be just enough fuel to finish it. If a caution comes out, no big deal. They actually can save. Unless the caution comes out maybe 2 or 3 times and they didn't take enough fuel. They didn't anticipate that to happen. And then you can get in trouble. Here comes a few guys coming in right now. Let's see how they do. Jimmy gets a little sideways there, but he gathers it up. He's okay. No problems there. The Groover brothers, stuck like glue, baby. As if they're welded together. This whole entire race. And you know what? It just pays off, the teamwork. Will they be coming in this time or no? I would imagine they're going to stay out as long as they can. Mark Mann leading this packed. He's currently in 10th. Well, actually, he's in 6th place. Some of these guys came into the pits already. So when he crosses this line, he'll be in that 6th position. But he is way back there. That lead pack is nowhere in sight. And here they come. Looks like it's going to be the Groover brothers only coming in together. You've got 10 trucks out here that have not been into the pits yet. The leader right now is going to be Cody Nagels. The rest of those cats are fighting to get their lap back. And here they come. Let's see how they do. Whoa, Cody locked him up. A little splash of fuel, and they're on their way. Next to make the pits are going to be these cats. Mark Mann, Seabrands, Stevens, Overstreet, Weaver, Wilkinson, Reynolds, Sebastian Marin. Nope, Sebastian's already made it. Him and Freese are stuck together. Well, we got ourselves a caution now. What in the world's happened here? Let me see. I'm a-looking. We got ourselves a caution, and I swear I have no clue why. My telemetry tells me nothing right now. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna scan around here and take a look and see if I can see something. I am not seeing anything, guys. If anybody can figure out what the caution's all about, you know what? I'll find out what it's about. Now I got the opportunity to check. I'll check with our leader right now. I can bug him. Cody, Bobby in the booth, you got a copy?
I do.
Hey, fast race car you got there, my friend.
Yep, not too bad. I think the caution come at a pretty good time.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what the caution was about. Did you hear any chat over the iRacing radio?
I did not, but I did see a car parked on the track in the tri-oval, so that may have been it.
That could have been. But yeah, my telemetry showed me absolutely nothing.
Go figure.
So somebody either blew a motor or spun out or done something and sat there apparently. So, but anyway,
Be the case.
15 to go, my friend. You got to knock the monkey off the back and perhaps get a win here for MaxspeedTV.
Time will tell. I think if I'm looking, I see a lot of boot knockers behind me, and I don't expect them to work with me. So I'm honestly not holding my breath. I'm gonna need an ally that I don't normally work with. I think because I want to say Paul went into pit that time, and I entered an open pit, and he entered a closed pit. So all of my teammates are now at the end of the line, and here I am up front with nobody. So we'll see.
Well,
Hopefully
hey,
somebody likes me.
Well, we'll be watching you, buddy. Good luck, and we'll see what you can get her done.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot of boot knocker boys up here. He is kind of a sitting duck. I'll give him that. He didn't lie. Let's go through them real quick. Why not? Nagels is going to lead them. Sebastian Marin will be second. Kevin Freese third. Patrick Gruber and Seth Gruber fourth and fifth. Gabe Butler sixth. Travis Turnermere 7th, 8th is James Mayer, 9th Jimmy Crow, and 10th is going to be Tracy Weaver. 11th will be Mark Mann, last season's champion. And for those of you who are wondering where your favorites are right now, there's BK. Michelle, he's in 23rd on the lead lap, so that's a good thing. Charles Johnson is still going to be a lap down. He would like to see another caution possibly, along with Kirkland, Bingle. There's a bunch of them still 1 to 4 laps down. But you heard him. He's up here with no friends. I mean, he ain't got a teammate. That makes it a little nasty, especially when the boot knockers, you've got a boatload of them up here. I mean, you got Gabe Butler, Jimmy Crow, Kevin Freese, Sebastian Marin. Oh, yeah, they're lined up. Marin's going to be up on the top. Nagels is going to take the bottom. Mad Dog Racing, nice to see you, my friend. A lot of guys, I mean, all the way back, since they're all bunched up together, I mean, you've got 14 laps. All these guys way back in the back here. BK Anderson. I mean, all these cats. They got the opportunity. They can get it done. They can get up there. Dean Wilkinson, I've seen him go from all the way back up to the front. No problem whatsoever. Mark Mann in the 11th spot. No problem. Jimmy Crow, plenty of time to make your way up front. Well, in my opinion, you're watching the best of the best of the best in super speedway racing. That's the Super Speedway Kings. All of these guys. If you're a fan of super speedway racing, you need to be locked in every Tuesday and Friday right here to MaxspeedTV. Besides that, I heard the Friday night broadcaster is pretty cool. I don't know. It's just what I've heard. Nagel's on the bottom. He has nobody to play with, really. He's got boot knockers all around him. And then, of course, you've got, don't count out Patrick and Seth Groover. They may work with him, but they are fast. And there's Gabe Butler, the 88. Like I said, watch him. He's up to the 6th spot. We're going to tighten them up. We're going to go green again. How far are we going to go? We don't know, but we're going to find out. "13 laps to go. Don't miss a gear and don't spin your tires." Green flag. Now, before the 25, Kevin Freese was working great with Sebastian Marin. Now he's going to work down here with Nagels. And Groover is going to be a pusher. And right there lurking, Gabe Butler, 3rd truck, top line, the 88. And here comes another one. You've got Mark Mann as well right there. You've got Rick Seabrands in the number 4 machine. And, of course, Jimmy Crow. It's about to get nasty here. Nagels is going to lead that one. We're going to go down to the small driver information screen so you don't miss anything. 3rd line trying to get it going back here. And that'll be the 41 trying to make something happen. That's Tracy Weaver. Now he's got JD Crow in tow and another one back there, the 044, and that's going to be Daniel Lewis, I believe. They need a little bit more help up there if they want to catch these guys. Nagels is going to stay right there on the bottom until he has to make his truck 40 feet wide. Mark Mann sitting back here. He's currently in 11th spot. Last season's champion. Still looking for a little help. JD Crow making it 3 wide. Paul Witt's gonna join in with him, hop in behind him, and they got some more coming. 9 to go this time. Nagel's still keeping it right there on the bottom. The Groover brothers are actually split up right here also. So the team, the 2 teams has been dominating this race basically, which would be the Groover brothers, and of course Sebastian Marin in the 23 and the 25 of James French Fry Mayer. They're all split up. And look who's coming. The 88 of Gabe Butler, with the veteran JD Crow right on his butt in tow. JD's got to push him far enough. Got to try to get him down to that bottom line. That's what they want. Lord, don't hurt my girlfriend or my wife. That's these guys' job, those pushers. Stay right on it. Whoa, Nagels gets a little bit of a tug by the 25. He's going to hop back in line. He was able to contain that. But that was a pucker factor of about 9. Seabrands is kind of going there too. 8 to go at the line. Pretty soon you're going to start seeing what I was talking about. They're going to stick it where it won't fit. And they'll make it fit. Groover on the bottom. Mayer's been up here all evening long. That's his pusher. JD Crow is pushing the Snake. Gabe Butler in the 88. 7 laps to go. Now, I have seen it, folks, where the first 5 trucks takes each other out. And 7th, 8th, and 9th, or 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th are fighting for the victory. You just never know when they're this tight. Butler out by a fender. Sebastian Marin back in that 7th spot. Right there in front of Nagels. The 42 trying to make his way up. But he's going to be laps down, I believe. Yep, he's a lap down. But Paul Witt, he has in tow. Paul says, I don't care who you are. Get me up here. So Patrick. Down on the bottom. That's where he's going to live for another 5 more laps. Butler's still right there in the middle. JD Crow doing the pushing. Riding along with JD Crow. He's got to come up and give him a smack before he gets into the turn, and he's going to lay off him. You do not push these trucks in a turn. If you do, you will wreck them. But when it gets down to about 3 to go or 2 to go, they're going to be pushing all the way around this track. They are not going to let up. And there'll be a pucker factor of 10 with about 20 different guys. This is when the palms get sweaty. You get a little nervous. The heart starts beating a little faster. You've been out here for almost an hour and 40 minutes or 45 minutes or whatever. It's all coming down. 4 to go. Butler in the middle. Groover on the bottom. Paul Witt, second truck, top line. The first one is a lap down. Now, does Seth Groover, which you can see him, right there he is on the top, the 02. Does he have enough time to get up there to his brother that's on that bottom to help him out? I definitely don't think so. You can see these guys are starting to get a little squirrely. They're starting to go back and forth. They're getting real close with one another. Butler is still in the middle. Nothing has changed. Groover on the bottom. Nobody can pull out anywhere. They're stuck right there. Whoa! BK Anderson come down and just about nailed Charles Johnson. Luckily, they both gathered it up. Like I said, when you run around here like this tight, the nerves get going. You know you're running out of time. Being stuck all the way back here. Kevin Freese. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. And he ain't liking it, along with everybody else. He's been up front just about this whole entire race, if not pushing all night. He's stuck all the way back here in the 15th spot. Butler trying his best to clear Groover so he can drop down. It's not going to happen. James Mayer is pushing his heart out right now. The bottom truck, the 95, the second truck. He's doing his job. Not letting that middle line get up there in front of the 01. Whoa. Butler gets a little squirrely from a push from JD. He backs out of it just a little bit. Lost a little momentum right there. Now they got to work back up. Seabrands drops down below the yellow line. Gets back up. No harm, no foul. Now you're going to start seeing some of the most tightest, craziest racing you've ever seen this last lap. White flag right here. Groover up into the wall on the high side. He's going to lose his momentum. These guys still up front, staying pretty clean. JD Crow doing his best to try to keep that 88. They're coming to the line right now. Who's it going to be? We're watching it. Butler by a nose right now. We'll see. Did Seth or Patrick take this win? We're going to find out. Patrick's got a great lead going right here on that bottom. Butler's out by just a smidge or a tad, whatever you want to call it. Game over. And I don't know what happened right here. You gotta love iRacing, without a doubt. You've gotta love it. For some reason why, we missed it. So let's watch it. We'll get a replay of it. They're saying JD Crow won it. I don't know why iRacing did a skip like that, but they did. So I'll back it up here and we'll watch it again. And there's where it all happens. And that's how they done it. You can see it. Looks like Butler got turned right there. Some hard pushing. We'll watch it slowly. You can see it right there. He kind of gets him a little squirrely. He's not square on that push. Butler comes down a little bit, and he had no choice. He was going that way because JD was pushing. And that's when it all came down to that. And there's your mess. And there's JD coming across the finish line. So there's your winner tonight, JD Crow. He was all the way back a lap down, guys. JD Crow burning them tires completely off. He's the winner tonight. You guys stick around. We're going to be right back. We're going to have a chance to talk with the top three. JD Crow, Paul Witt, and Dean Wilkinson. MaxspeedTV, Bobby with all the hobbies. Super Speedway Kings. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
We got big-time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car.
Welcome back, everybody. Super Speedway Kings coming at you. MaxspeedTV about all the hobbies. Wow, what a race we had. Technically, we did not have a caution. It was caution-free, folks. There was really one caution, if you want to call it that. There's a truck down on the bottom. I don't know. They threw the caution. Is afraid it might have caused the situation or whatever. But in my opinion, that puppy was caution-free. But anyway, top three cats. Starting out with a third place. Mr. Dean Wilkinson, talk to me.
How you doing, Bobby?
I'm doing great, but you know what? I think you're doing a lot better, son. You started 36th, and you come out third place. Wow, what a run.
Yeah, I did all right.
You did more than all right. You got some points, buddy. Now, I got to be honest with you. I'm not used to seeing you out there in that different paint scheme, man. It's tough trying to follow you around here. You've been running that Van Halen paint scheme so much. But awesome job, third place, man.
Thank you.
So tell me, was you shocked as clean as the race was, just about the whole entire length of it?
Once it got spread out, I expected that was going to be the case. Three different packs, and the leaders were almost lapping us until that caution came out.
Yeah, I'm going to assume, being the veteran that you are, you knew not to panic or not to worry. Eventually, there'll be a caution come out, and you'll all be bundled right back up again.
10-4 on that.
Wait, who do you want to thank before I let you get out of here?
Well, I'd like to thank Jimmy because this race was a pretty damn good finish. I enjoyed it. And the TW guys, and you, Bobby, for putting on these broadcasts. I'm going to go sit and watch that now. Thank you.
Well,
Hey,
go
Dean.
go back and watch it. But the very last 500 feet of this race, iRacing just showed everything being done. So I had to go back and rewind it to actually show the finish. I don't know what happened, but we got it in.
Right on.
Hey, Dean, before you go, man, I want to thank you and all the hard work your team's been putting in. Since y'all been racing with me from the beginning, y'all have improved and improved, and everybody's taking notice, and y'all are starting to be fighting there at the end and getting top threes and win. So I appreciate y'all racing with me and appreciate how good y'all have improved and everything. Means a lot.
Well, thank you. It means a lot coming from you there, Jimmy. Appreciate the kind words.
All right, Paul, take care of yourself, buddy, and we'll see you Friday night fights.
10-4.
All right, be safe. We'll see you then.
Yeah, good.
Next up, Mr. Paul Witt. Talk to me.
Bobby, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. I heard you went into the pits when it was closed, and that kind of stuck you back in the back a little bit.
Yeah, that kind of sucked. Cody made it, but it just went closed just as I was getting ready to hit the line.
Yeah,
But,
that's got you speechless, don't it?
Yeah, I was pretty upset about that, dude. I really was.
I don't
But
blame you.
You know what? I went in and changed 4 tires and came back out and had nothing to lose.
No, not at all. And you've done a great job. I knew you're pushing your way up there without a doubt. And
The last 2 laps, I was at 290 on my oil, and when we were coming around to get that checkered flag, I was hitting 300 on the oil. I mean, it was going to blow any second.
yeah, that's what you've got to do. That's what all these guys do, man. 2 to 3 laps to go. They don't even look at gauges anymore. They don't look at nothing. All they look out is out their window, out that windshield.
I just did not want to blow it in that outside line because I'd have took out a whole bunch of people. But I was able to cool it down a little bit for a few laps, and man, I got to thank Jason for getting up there in front of me and just let me push him.
Well, congratulations. Second place, you started 15th. You got you some points. This is race number 7. Still got a little ways to go. Work you up there and try to get you to that championship run. Be safe this week. And hey, I'm going to see you, Friday night fights?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
You better be there. You better be there. I'll put you on camera. I'll get it. I'll make sure that we get it working that night.
Yeah, well, my camera's been acting up. Last week it cut me out. So
Everybody wants to see the Paul Witt's disco room. Come on, you can't let us down.
we'll see.
All right, take care. Be safe. We'll see you then.
All right, thanks, Bobby.
Winner, chicken dinner. Here he is.
What's happening?
The man of the hour, JD Crow. Talk to me, buddy. What was it like?
Well, it was good. It was, oh my gosh, we screwed up, and then it got good again.
I hear you. Kind of sounds like somebody's date,
Well,
But anyway,
sometimes
congratulations.
they're reverse of that. Sometimes they're good, and then they're not so good again.
Exactly. But hey, I'm optimistic, But anyway, you won this bad boy, and I think you were actually, at one point, you were one lap down, and you fought your way, and you got it all back.
Yeah, I listened to some advice from some of my crew members, and I think they miscalculated the fuel, kept me out long, so we were struggling on fumes through 3 and 4 to get to our first pit, and kind of got us off behind the field, and with in a small little group, me and one other truck. So we really were down about 5 miles an hour, but we kept at it. We stayed out longer on that second stint and got a break, got our lap back, and shout out to Gabe for putting a set underneath us and made this hot rod come to life when it needed to. It was pretty hot there at the end because I'd taped it up to try to make up some some time on the track to try to keep from going a lap down, and but we kept it cool just long enough to make it across the line first, so that's what counts.
It's like I tell everybody, when you got about 2 laps or so, 3 laps to go in this race, man, nobody knows what a gauge even is, baby. They put their foot through the floor, their eyes out the windshield, and they stand on it.
Well, I had her pretty clean on the front, so I had to keep an eye on it for about a half a lap. So, but we managed. I don't know if Gabe and I were just so hooked up, and I was staying on him, so I don't know if just a little movement got us off center and got him pushed down or what. I hate that happens. Not what I wanted, but man, I appreciate him for putting the set underneath me, and just a couple of tweaks that we made to personalize it. And I'll be dang if we didn't make it back to the front.
Congratulations, pal. You won it tonight, working your way up towards this championship coming. This is race 7, and you're winner, chicken dinner. So who do you want to thank before I let you get out of here? And I'll be seeing you on Friday night, right?
Probably so.
All right.
First of all, we got to, just want to make sure that we all put our thoughts and prayers behind Jimmy and his family right now with his aunt situation she's under. So keep Jimmy and Marie in your hearts and minds as they deal with the illness that their aunt's going through. So we want to make sure we keep them in mind. And I want to thank the guys that run with that helped me figure out how to race these things and keep them up front, and the whole strategy behind it. Gabe and Jimmy and Kevin, Sebastian, Eric. There's just so many that put you here. You can't do it by yourself, not very often. So I appreciate all the help and advice and teamwork that they put in, and of course Jason down at J Concepts in Groveland, Florida, for letting me carry the colors. And oh my gosh, we finally won one of these things again. It's good to be back in Talladega.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, congratulations, my friend. Jimmy Crow, what do you got to say for your winner before I let him get out of here?
Congratulations, JD. You listened to the Banana Republic on pit strategy. I learned my lesson not to listen to Banana Republic, but you bounced back, major recovery. Congratulations on the win. And while I got the floor, I want to thank all the drivers. We had one caution, but we still had 30 lead changes. Normally, when you have one caution, you have about 15 lead changes. You're lucky to even hit 20. We had 30 lead changes for a one caution race.
Yeah,
so
Jimmy,
shout out to all the drivers.
And everybody's really maturing in this group, because you could tell. Look how hard we raced 3 wide for as long as we did, and kept it clean. So shout out to everybody. It's a great group to run with and learn how to get better. So when we go other places, we can run up front and stay up front.
Yes, sir. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate Bobby, best in the business. All he does for us. Appreciate you, Mr. Bobby.
Not a problem, man. It's been my pleasure. It is awesome broadcasting the best of the best in super speedway racing. Tune in every Tuesday and Friday. The Super Speedway Kings. You want to have 2 hours of thrill and fun and excitement? You watch these guys go around the super speedway track. Nobody can do it better than these guys. I don't care who you are. Can't be done. If you were that good, you'd be out here with them. Anyway, thanks everybody, you two, for hanging out with us. Don't forget, keep Mr. Crow and his family in your thoughts and your prayers. You guys all be safe, and we'll see you Friday for the Friday night fights. Bobby, MaxspeedTV, congratulations, JD Crow. I'm out of here, boys.
See you later, Bobby.